Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They are led out by the final quarterback selected in the 2019 draft, the former Nittany Lion. It's Trace McSorley.
Set 70, Indy.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week, very, very strong, well over 100 yards.
He should get the ball early and often here, too. I mean, when you're riding the performance of last week into this game, his confidence level has to be off the charts. Go ahead and keep feeding him.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. After the interception, here's Griffin. But that's complete to Sanders. Past the 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Griffin. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyler Higbee, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
The extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, McCaffrey. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Here's the offense, and sometimes you got to show love to the big guys.
That you do. And we're talking about Jason Kelsey now, not Travis, his brother, who plays tight end. Jason lines up at center, a threat to go to the Pro Bowl each and every year.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week, as his first one here's away. He can't get him down. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
All that, and it only nets them a yard. It's second down. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
52 is the mic right now.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Here now the starters defensively for the Vikings. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here's McSorley to throw. Rolling to his left. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, McSorley firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll roll him out right. Now the ball comes loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Ready. 51, Mike 51. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Mike 51, let's go.
McSorley sets to pass. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From 6 yards away, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. The numbers for Sanders last week, 19 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. These two teams all tied after 1. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Out of the gun, Griffin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now Griffin on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
On first down, Griffin. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 10 yards out, and the Vikings have taken the lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Throwing is McSorley. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive.
Ready? 54. Mike 54. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Ready.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Griffin, and it's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. But now it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now McSorley, he'll buy some time right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Oh, look at that. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. On 3rd down, it's McSorley. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw is RG3. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Now it's Griffin. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Griffin. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 44, Griffin firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Griffin now to throw on third down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He's crossing. He's checking crossing.
From the red zone now, here's Griffin on first down. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Okay, buddy, I see you.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
And as we say, yeah, that's right. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Players spotlight time now. Robert Griffin III. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves. Not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it. We got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great if that's where you're going.
The protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Griffin. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Griffin. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Griffin. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Griffin will throw again. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Griffin. He finds his man Johnson. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Once again, Griffin. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Another run here with Sanders. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. This is Johnson, he's got it. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. They'll run with Sanders. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run with Sanders. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Hills. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On 1st down, it's Sanders. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Griffin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. McCaffrey following the penalty. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 40 now on 2nd down. McSorley complete. Smith has it. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And an alley to run. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will shave one more off this lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and very short, Griffin. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And the catch made by Johnson. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Griffin. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. The Vikings on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is third down and 12. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again. Griffin. And he comes back with one complete. The Vikings on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This will be 3rd and 5. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Sanders hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
On second down now, Hills, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Browns.
Break. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
McSorley, 1st and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. 25 yards for the touchdown, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will get them one closer. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Griffin, 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. On first down, Sanders. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
We got three, fellas. We got check three.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sanders. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. On 3rd down, Griffin. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again, and it's 2nd down. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
30 base. Single, single. Single, single.
He'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. On 4th down, here's McSorley. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. So instead of the incredibly obvious choice of trying to punt it out near midfield, now they left their defense with no margin for error.
No, 0. And I don't care how much confidence.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
We're going to keep getting sacks.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Oh, Griffin's going to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now the Browns down by 5, and time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. 6 seconds now. 5 seconds. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.